Thank you for joining me, Margi Daly. You are a candidate for the City of Madison Mayor, correct?
Correct, and thank you very much for having me.
Absolutely. My first question to you, how do you plan to continue investing in public recreation parks? Last year, some residents brought to our attention the need for upgraded improvements, and that included Dublin Park, Palmer Park. I know the mayor, current mayor, Finley, addressed that and said that there were investments that they would make toward improving those parks, but Dublin Park wasn't mentioned in the mayor's letter. So how do you, if you were to be the future mayor of the city of Madison, plan to continue investing in public park?
Well, Dublin Park got a great kids' kingdom. The whole thing was redone. And the need I see is for disabled children's equipment, because that was left out. And also, we have water lines there. So I would think that some kind of a water feature would improve it tremendously, because I cycle around town, and I don't see much in the heat of the summer, but maybe if there was a little water feature there, even like a sprinkler or one of those pads, I think that would, bring more children in the summer heat.
And my follow-up question to you, how do you plan to acquire that money so that it can be used toward a water park feature?
Well, Madison spends a lot of money. We're currently in over $1 billion worth of debt, and I have the audit because I attended the finance committee where the annual audit was done. So we're currently in over $1 billion in just long-term debt. I'm sure there's money to do another feature in the park.
Okay. Well, before I move forward, would there be an initiative like taxes or millage rates? Would you try to pull it from there?
Honestly, I think we're taxed too much already. And what I'd like to see is elimination of the grocery tax. Now, not all of the sales tax, but at least on groceries.
Within the city of Madison?
Within the city of Madison.
Okay. Okay. And what are your plans to help with roads and infrastructure? We know the Bird Green Road roundabout. It was August 1st that it was supposed to be done. Not done yet. I know that's been a big eyesore for the residents of Madison and just a pain period. So, yes, how do you keep that plan moving along?
I happened to, look at the Public Works building, and I'm here 21 years, but originally I'm from New York, and how we handle that in New York is we do road work at night. And with the heat, and the employees being so stressed, I would, think about the option of allowing them to do road work at night. I think it would go quicker, and with the proper lighting, I think it can be done. So like a second shift.
I see.
So we have the day shift Public Works that does, what they do now, and then a second shift on the evening.
And how would you get that to work? Because it's AlDOT, correct? That is working on the roads.
Actually, no, I'm talking about the Public Works of the city.
The city?
Yes. AlDOT is, you have to apply to AlDOT, they have to approve. Currently, I don't think we use very many AlDOT funds, although Huntsville, all their road work is, it's like 65 to 80% paid by AlDOT. So it would be something I'd reach out for in the funding, and if possible, use that. But that's kind of what I've been thinking about. Once I'm elected, working with the staff, we have a great staff at Madison City Hall. Many of the employees have been there for, the 20 years I've lived here. And with their expertise, I think we can make a better Madison.
Okay. And because it is within the city, an extra shift would mean extra money, right?
Well, I attend all council meetings, so I've been watching how they spend our money. Currently, everything is given to consultants. So we have to pay the consultants, and then they do the hiring, so the bid process is eliminated, and it goes to subcontractors, and it winds up costing us much more. So if we eliminate the consultants and use the expertise of the city staff, I think we can make work.
Okay, so eliminating the consulting would then leave room for money to be invested more into those extra shifts, is what you're saying, for public works.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. How will you help position the city of Madison for success in the next 5 years? If you're mayor, you'll serve at least 4. So let's think ahead with an extra year.
Well, I think that we need a more walkable city. I myself have an electric bike, and I bike around the city, and it's very dangerous. And I'm also noticing like younger teenagers on electric scooters, electric bikes, hoverboards, and I think we need to accommodate them with the better sidewalks. Many places don't even have sidewalks. The last administration promised a walkable city, but we haven't received even one sidewalk. So my idea is to improve the sidewalks with the public works.
Okay. Seems like you want to do a lot with public works. You want to do a lot with the city of Madison and public works.
I just think it doesn't make sense to hire a consultant, subcontractors, and, the quality gets lost as well as the money.
Okay. My last question for you is, how will you implement transparency into the city of Madison government?
Transparency is like so important to me. I believe our government is for we the people, and I believe that we should have live stream meetings, every single one, and they should be kept on the website. If somebody wants to come down to City Hall, we should have a desktop that the public can use. We need to be more constituent friendly in Madison City, because it currently is not. It's very hard to get any information. I have dozens of Freedom of Information requests that have never been answered.
No FOIAs. Okay.
Yes. And I think the city should be an open book. I think the taxpayers are the ones that pay the bills, and they should be free to know everything that's happening at City Hall. Of course, unless it's like something under investigation. My belief is even the body cams should be available to the public if they request them.
Police body cam is what you're saying.
Exactly.
And why is that?
Because in the past they haven't. So I believe that if the public is paying taxes and that's what they're using, then it should be available.
Well, how do you circumvent that, given that there's Alabama law and Aaliyah has to be the one to decide whether to release that video because it's in the hands of Alabama law enforcement agency?
Well, I would negotiate with them and say, now, of course, if something is under investigation or if it's a serious crime, but, that wouldn't be available, I suppose, or maybe just available to the family that is requesting it. I think you can work with anybody, and Aaliyah, we would have to just speak with them, negotiate, and see how they feel. Maybe they would agree. Hopefully.
I gotcha. Okay. This is my second to last question. How will you implement changes in liquor and lodging taxes to help fund schools? Now, I know you voiced already, you feel that there's too many taxes already in the city, but the city of Madison is growing by leaps and bounds. There's a new school that's set to open next year. How do you think we should go about funding it? Do you think there should be changes with liquor and lodging taxes?
I know of several changes I'd like to make. The number one is we have many B&Bs, and they are not taxed. And the reason they're not taxed is because who owns them? I've also found, as I walk the neighborhood speaking to voters, that some of these B&Bs are very disturbing to the neighborhoods. So they should be taxed. The second thing I do is currently every bit of lodging tax gets put into Town Madison. Now, I agree anything that comes from Town Madison could be put back into Town Madison, but anything outside of Town Madison should go back to the city.